I am Audrey McDonald, your singing scientist, and today we're gonna go over How to Sing Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. This song is sneaky because when I first started breaking it down, I was like, oh, this is easy, I can handle this. Yeah. And then I made a cover of it, which I will be sure to link down below, and realized as I was recording this, there's actually a whole lot to this. We've got some vocal flips, we've got different textures and sound, and then we even have mixed belting. And generally, this song sits pretty high. Now, I also have done a reaction of her singing this, and you can check that out down below. So I was like, okay, we need to do a how to sing on this song. So, in this video, I will be going over everything step by step, and I also have my lovely cheat sheet, which you can download and get a copy of it by heading on over to my karaoke club. Click on cheat sheets, then click on downloads and download it, print it out, come on back and follow along. And you can grab that by going to singwithaudrey.com. Starting off with the intro. If you are doing the intro, we need excess air. You can't be like, ooh, ah. It will sound really weird. So instead, you need excess air in order to create that soft, gentle feel. You can do that by adding an H. So instead of ooh, ah, it's hoo, ha. Hoo, ha. I know that word. We're going to do a hoo, ah. Hear the tonal difference instead of ooh, ah. Verse 1. Now, we want to make sure as we do this verse that you do it in 3 different layers of training because we want to train in a song different than you want to perform in it. So first step is saying the words across the room. Brown guilty eyes and little white lies. So I'm really focusing on allowing the sound to come all the way out. Now, this is going to sound abrasive. You're not going to like it. You're going to be like, but Audrey, this sounds like crap. Yes, it kind of does because you're just yelling the words across the room. Second thing we want to do is happen to attach notes to it, not a singing voice. Just happen to attach notes to your speaking voice. Brown guilty eyes and little white lies. It's going to, again, sound kind of outgoing and not the sound that you want, but it's training your voice to get the sound out. And last step, I want you to add excess air. We want to soften it a little bit. Brown guilty eyes and little white lies, right? Ha, ha. There's that excess H that we were talking about. And lastly, make sure that you start off this first verse with emotion. Her songs really are built and developed in layers. And the first layer of this verse isn't a whole lot of singing difficulty, but we're dealing more on a complex level of emotions. You need to think of the heartbreak, attached to it emotionally. When was there a moment in your life that you felt this way? And if there wasn't, what could you compare it to? If you're totally confused or you're super scared about emotionally attaching to a song or you just feel like, how on earth do I do this? Well, I have a masterclass called Singing with Emotion, and it will teach you step by step how to activate that emotional side of you and attach it to a song so that way your listeners can feel what you're singing. Pre-chorus number 1. Make sure that as you're going into, ain't it funny? We want it short. Everywhere that we want that short phrase, I put an X. This keeps that same texture of emotion allowed into it because we're going to elongate them later. Ain't it funny? Not ain't it funny? No, do not hang on to it. How you ran to her. That has an excess H, ha, and it's a scoop up. Her. The second that we called it quits. So that has a scoop and quits has a short. Again, anywhere that has a scoop, I have a little arrow that's pointing up, and anywhere that is short, I have an X with the circle. Ain't it funny how you said we were friends? Now it sure as hell don't look like it. In this whole section, as we're building into this, most likely you're going to start to add tension. Ain't it funny how you, and we don't want that tension already because we're about to go into the chorus, and if you already have tension, good luck. So I do have a masterclass on how to remove tension that goes through step-by-step different things that you can do to remove it and allow your voice to stay relaxed while you are singing. And that is part of the Karaoke Club. Just like any other masterclass that I have, they are all part of the Karaoke Club at no additional charge per masterclass. On to the chorus. This is the meat and potatoes of this video, okay? Here we go. We're gonna go into what I call a Valley Girl vowel, which is, as you're talking, it would have this drop jaw and every vowel wouldn't really end. So the vowels that we're gonna work on is ya betrayed me and know that ya never feel sorry. That's how we're saying these. And I have them written out on the cheat sheet as well, but it would sound like instead of you betrayed me, which has all that tension and that pull, and this way we're gonna do you betrayed me and I know that you'll never feel sorry, right? We have the open jaw with those Valley Girl vowels. If you want more details on Valley Girl vowels, I have a bonus video in my Karaoke Club. I do bonus videos. I don't only do masterclasses, but when I learn something new and I want you guys to know what it is, I immediately record it. I throw it in as a bonus video in the Karaoke Club. There's just so much stuff in there, you guys. You really seriously need to check it out. As we go into, and I know that you'll never feel, there is a slight flip in registers. I know that you'll never feel. There's that flip as we're going into it. Now, if you're wanting to get that jump and that flip, what I want you to do is add a little bit of tightness on your core for fi, and then on feel, we have our two tone. On the second half, I want you to add an H. So it's fi, heel, tighten, and then release. And what it's going to do is it's going to force shift that yodel. It'll sound a little funky at first, but then you'll get used to that feeling and you can do it faster. I know that you'll never feel, and it will allow it to make that shift that you want. For the way I hurt, yeah. Now, yeah has several notes. For the way I heard, yeah. And if we're looking at that riff on numbers, we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In a scale, numbers would go up and then down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If we're doing the yeah, the numbers on the yeah are, for the way I heard, yeah, would be 2, 1, 2, 3. For the way I heard, 2, 1, 2, 3. Those are our notes there. Yeah. And that phrase leads directly into you talk to her. There's no breath there. Do not put a breath there. So we have in total, for the way I heard, yeah, you talk to her. Right? All the way in. When we were together, loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. But that didn't matter. Not matter. Don't pull wide. It took you 2 weeks. There you have an IGH there. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. That last section there needs to be spoken. Again, tapping into that emotion, feeling the pain as you go into it. Verse number 2. Okay, now that we're past that chorus, let's get into the second verse. It is the same as verse 1. Yay! It's just the only difference is, and I knew you were true. There's no damn way that you could fall in love with somebody that quickly. Those are the only differences in that verse. Pre-chorus number 2 is the same as pre-chorus number 1. Yay! I always love this because then I'm like, okay, I did my work. I'm good. The only difference on this is I just want you to start adding a little more volume. So we started that first pre-chorus pretty quietly. Ain't it funny with that excess air? Now I want it a little more pissed off. We're throwing in those emotions. Ain't it funny? right? We got a little more there. Chorus number 2. Exactly like chorus number 1, which is so relieving because we put so much work into chorus number 1. So just do exactly what you did. There's truly no difference. The bridge. Now it's up to you if you want to do the oh God, I wish that, right? That whole section. If you want to do that you need to add an excess air because you can't it's just gonna feel really cheesy. It has to be a ha, and there's a lot of ha that comes right before it to create that painful feel. Oh God, I wish that you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. Now, if you're gonna do this, big breath, because you've got the ha, you've got the first sentence and the second sentence, and it's all on one breath. I would suggest to not do the ha if you're a beginner. Work your way up to it. We have, God, I wish that you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with ya. Love with ya. As we build into it. Again into the and then when she's sleeping in the bed with maid, don't you dare forget about the way. If you are still having trouble with your belting in this and you feel like you still have that tension, you're not quite getting the Valley Girl vowels right, I do suggest another masterclass called Mixed Belting. This is my most popular masterclass, obviously because mixed belting is really hard and kind of sucks as you're starting. And this masterclass goes over all of the details on how to mix belt from top to bottom with drills to set you in the right direction. Now, the last chorus is like the first chorus and the second chorus. It's so good. The difference is you gave me your word. That's one difference. And then I guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. That is a huge note. And you're gonna wanna go, you're still a traitor. Oh God, no, don't do that. I want you to think of the note heading down. You're still a traitor. There's that vowel first, head down. Traitor. And from there, you're still a traitor, right? Think down. I'm leading my arms down. I'm pointing my head down, and we're sitting down into this mixed belt, which is, again, something that I go over in even more detail in that masterclass. But this is one of the many different ways that you can approach this mixed belt. And then in the outro, again, with that excess air. And I'm spent. Yay! If you want to see me singing this song, I also have a cover of me singing it, and I will be sure to link that down below. I also have a reaction of me singing it, and I will be sure to link that down below. And that's it, you guys. If you have a song that you would like me to break down, just comment down below. Otherwise, I will see you in my karaoke club, and see you in the next song. La la la.